Hi, Andy here, and welcome back to Moorland Model Railway for this, the September update. So this is the September update. It's introducing the farm to the layout. The new farm. The old farm has obviously been ripped up and taken away, and this is how I've gone about getting it to fit in, or the start of getting it to fit in. It's not finished yet, as you will see, but we'll have a look at how I've gone about it. I have done other things on the layout. I've had some new rolling stock, and I've done a few little improvements, but I'll save those for the October layout update. I don't think they don't fit into this video. This video will be on long enough, so that'll be on the October one. But I have made a few little improvements to some of the rolling stock. So let's go and have a look at what I've been doing. As regards to the layout, no trains running, because everything is all on the tracks, and a bit of a mess at the moment, because the new farm is in place at the bottom end. As you can see, the old farm's been ripped out, and the farm that I built for the WWS diorama competition is in place. So I'm having to change things about a little bit, and I'm just in the process of rebuilding all that little bit of a seam there, and then I'll replace all the trees back onto into the forest. So as you can see, the boards that normally live there are out at the moment, so that I can gain access. I have been asked that before, how do I get access? Well, all these boards, I have said before, everything comes off. They're all separate little dioramas, so everything actually comes away, as you can see. What we will do is we'll go over and take a closer look, and I'll just show you how I go about building my landscapes. Okay, so we've come down to the farm end, and the farm is actually in place. So it does sort of fit in, almost. Well, it fits in, but it gives me a small gap at this end between the marshy area, this marshy area, the old marshy area, and the bit at the back, and the new bit. So the plan is to have the stream coming down this board, and then going over there. Bit of a waterfall. So the stream will come this small brook will be coming into a stream that's already here. As you can see, that there's a bit of a stream here, a spring, and that will be coming out as well. I'll adjust that. So we'll have water coming down. So I shall have my first go at doing water. So over on this side, where the Forestry Commission was, it's all been taken down, all the trees have gone, the track and everything is still in there, but I've already started building up this side so that it matches the height. This will be the track into the farm, so it's all got to be trimmed up yet, but I've got some of this over from when I did my storage yards, so I've got 2 pieces left over, and it is about the right size for a track, so that's what I've done. So that runs out and it'll go out over into the distance where I'm going to have a back scene. So I'll need to take some photographs, and I need to go and see a man at some point. So the forestry yard's got to be changed around a little bit, and I've got a couple of buildings. So I've got the forestry one that was already on, and the old farm, one of the old farm buildings. So I'm going to incorporate both of those. The office bit is still going to be in it, and I'm going to have this lean-to. Now what I'm going to do is improve these, especially the roofs. So they'll all have proper plastic roofs like these, and corrugated roofs that will have a corrugated roof, so that it matches that, just to improve the buildings basically. And that'll be the forestry yard, and their track will go out and come out onto this bit here. That'll be adjusted, this little bit here, that track will come out somewhere into the forestry yard as well. And then all the trees will be put back. As you can see, I put a cord former in just to get me to the right height so that it looks okay, and I'm just filling that with insulating board, gluing it all in, and that's sort of going to be the height of the forestry yard. So it's a bit of work to do. The board at the back was the old woodland board, and I keep repeating myself, I know. All these boards come out, so that track there all comes out with that board, that one comes out with this board, and this one bit here. This bit here comes out with the forest. So it all comes out. This all lifts off. It's on a board, and then it's on an insulating board at the bottom. So all of it comes out, so I can get to trains underneath. There's only 2 tracks under here, so I can get to the trains. If we have a problem, all this comes off. All of this comes off. So yeah, so if I just put my fingers under there somehow, this side, there you go, you can see it's nice and loose. There you go, look, you can see it. Now you can see the join. Okay, so the joins are all hidden with bushes and things. So all that comes off, so I can get to do maintenance underneath there. So it'll all come back, be put back on at some point. So at the moment there's no trains running because everywhere is dirty, and all the tracks are sort of laden with stuff. So everywhere behind me is laden with stuff. So once I get putting it all back, then I shall run some trains. Okay, so I've now put all the insulation boarding in place. It's all glued in, just drying, and this is sort of how it's going to be. It's all sort of blended into the hillside on that side there. Hopefully it'll be okay. So it's just going to be dried, and then I'll plaster it up on another day. So there we go. And that's sort of what I've found out of my photographs. Put it like that so we can see. So sort of blends in quite well. So I'll probably get that printed off properly. The trees in the background along here, all those will be cut off. They'll be cut off to that wall and then blended into another back scene. But it just makes it look like the stream is coming down here, and it will come down and past where the camera is. Okay. Okay, so this is the second piece of the hillside now on the workbench, as you can see, covered in paper, because this is the messy job. Covering it with plaster bandage first, and then after that I'll mould in the rocks with fibre mould. And as you can see, the first one's already been done and back in place, and that'll all be tidied up. And once again, the rock face is all done with fibre mould, and then the greenery put on, and it'll look fine. Okay, so there's the base all done with plaster cloth, and it all comes back out, it all goes in, so it's fine. So what I'm going to do now is use the fibre mould. So there it is, and I'm going to mix that up, and I'm going to put the rock faces in on the front of here. Blend this in here, blend it down the back end, basically, and that'll be it. We'll just then be left to dry for a few hours, like 24, 48 hours, let it dry. I think one of the problems I do see when I watch some people do this sort of thing is they try and rush it through too quickly. They get the plaster cloth on and they put the green stuff on top of the plaster cloth. I always let mine dry out. It's just the way I do it. So I'll mix some stuff up and I'll put it on, and then I'll show you once that's on. Okay, so the rock face is all done now with the fibre mould. It goes dry very quickly. Well, it goes hard very quickly, but it takes quite a while to dry, so that will be left for at least 48 hours before I do anything with it. It's quite warm at the moment, so I'll just leave it and see what happens. But yeah, it is hard or dried on top, but the underneath is wet, so I'll let that completely dry before I start painting it all up and then sealing it. So that's it. That's that bit done, and we'll see when I get the buildings and everything on it. Welcome to the painting bench. So these are the things I've been painting up. A lot of these figures, well, all these figures here are from Finescale Figures. Lots of people have been using these. and I'm really pleased with them. I paint them all myself, so I'll run through the paints I use and everything, and then they're varnished afterwards. So various people, various animals and birds, and they'll be all going onto the layout. Before anybody says, oh, you can't have a brown collie, well, there is my little helper. He's always underneath the boards when I'm in here. I've also had some stuff from Western Wagon Works, so the electrical boxes, inspection platforms, wheels for the Class 47, wheel sets, and the cradle. They're all to be painted yet, so I'm just in the process of painting these things. And there's another load of people there from Finescale Figures. That's how they come. I prime them up, and then I paint them into these nice colours. They're the collie dogs. So three of those collie dogs are actual collie dogs. So the brown one on the right hand side next to the foxes, that's one of my dogs. The one next to the farmer on the farmer's right, on the left of the screen, that's another one of my dogs. And the one sitting to the right hand side of the farmer, or his left, is a friend's dog. So there we go. So these are the basic paints that I use. They're only the cheap ones from the works. Obviously other companies are available. I done with all the different brushes in. A few more paints, weathering powders and different things that I also use. So they're all in there, all in my battle box, and my glues. Then what I do, I use the basic colours, and then I mix the colours that I want, and I store them in these sealable tubs so that I can carry on using them. So there's the sort of fleshy pink colour, there's another fleshy colour that's how it starts, and then I either lighten it up or darken it down with different colours, browns, blacks, whites, and there are the different coloured grains. It's just sliding off the box. So there we go. There's a few different coloured greys. And a few other odds and ends of colours that from the same place. So yeah, that's what I do. I excuse the hand. I just mix up the colours and store them in pots. Obviously if I haven't got lids, I put cling film on, it just keeps them fresh. so you don't have to keep throwing it away. Okay, so first coat of black has been put on the wheel sets, because I want these to represent brand new wheels. So that coat's on there. They have been had a primer paint on, so we'll just leave those now for about 24 hours before I do any rusting or weathering or whatever. I've been looking on the internet at photographs of new wheel sets, and they come black as they are, and the running part is always rusty, so that's how I'm going to have them. Oh, and just the other thing is, when I'm doing the intricate work, I do use a magnifier. See when I've been doing the door locks, handles and things, I do use a magnifier, and they're ready for weathering now as well, but I'll leave those for 24 hours as well. Okay, so this is the other barn on the layout, and this is going to get the same treatment. It's going to be have a new roof, and even maybe possibly new sides on it. So that will be plastic hard again, and just generally improved. The tree next to it, that will also be taken apart and new branches and everything put on and then replaced back onto the sets. It's gone a bit shabby looking, so that will be done as well. So this is the same barn that Gary's got on his layout, Settle Carlisle 68. If you've not checked his YouTube channel out, it's a really good channel. It's a layout based around this Settle Carlisle now, and he recently won a competition with WWS for his farm diorama, so get on and have a look at that. It's absolutely brilliant. So that's Gary at Settle Carlisle 68, and he's got, his is in N gauge and this is double O gauge, and he's improved his barn exactly the same. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so we're now 48 hours on, and I did mention before that this does take a while to dry. It has gone hard, but it's still not dry. It's not completely dry, so I shall be leaving this for at least another 48 hours before I do anything with it. It's just the way I do it, so I just let it get completely dry. So that'll be a subject for probably the October video. So we'll see how things progress from there. Yeah, it's still very, very damp. Okay, so that's it for this, the September update. So still lots of things to be done on this farm diorama, and hopefully I'll be cracking on with it throughout the next few weeks, and it'll come out on the next video. Thanks again to all my subscribers. Can't believe that I've got almost 700 now, so which is fantastic. So thanks very much for subscribing. Thanks very much for watching my videos. Some of them have gone crazy, so thank you. And I'll catch you around somewhere. So it's bye from me, Andy, here at Moorland Model Railway. Bye everybody.